This will be a debunk, proving that President Trump lost wealth in office overall, both of his terms. There's no grifting nor corruption or any wrongdoing involved regarding him, and all of his second-term gains and all of his other gains are perfectly legal. Dems are the party of grifting and corruption. I did a piece on that you can view linked. They have abused taxpayers of trillions, while President Trump saves us trillions plus and gives the average U.S. household thousands back yearly. President Trump has overall lost wealth in office throughout both of his terms thus far. He sacrifices his all for us, even nearly his life many times now, and he still keeps fighting for us and to put Americans first. He does that by choice, risking it all. He has lost as well as sacrificed more than he has gained or profited. His net worth has fluctuated significantly during his time in office, but overall he has experienced loss more than gain, especially any ill-gotten gains. He experienced a net loss during his first term, 2017 to 2021, and then a large gain during his second term, 2025 to 2026. And this is based on Forbes estimates, which are some of the most consistent and detailed tracking available. Such gains, although, do not outweigh his loss and sacrifice in office at large over the period of both of his terms, with all of said gains being entirely legal and perfectly okay, things like business ventures and market shifts, not corruption nor grifting. There are zero valid examples of such from President Trump. All of his gains are just and legal. He has indeed sacrificed a lot of his wealth and very nearly his life on many occasions, yet he stands fearlessly, still showing that he is not afraid and will die fighting for us if he must. That's the dead opposite of a coward. He proves that wrong daily. He is no coward. He does all of this because he loves the American people and his country. He proves daily that he wants to help the USA and the American people and to look out for our best interests. President Trump is not stealing from taxpayers and living lavishly like the Great Gatsby while the average American starves, or some similar lefty lunacy-filled fever dream. He is no profiteer off the presidency, and even data and stats back up such a statement. He has poured tons of his own cash into America while staring down daily constant death threats to help and serve us. The first term he entered with a $3.1 billion net worth per Forbes 2017, left with $2.5 billion, took a $600 million hit from COVID-related hotel slumps and global chaos, and he self-funded $66 million of his 2016 run per Open Secrets 2016. He also self-funded from his personal pockets $140 million total across campaigns. His second term, he started at $6.7 billion and then dipped to $6.2 billion by November amid market stirs, but that's just policy focus, not grabs. President Trump would also be losing wealth in office this time around in his second term if it weren't for his legal business ventures, and he is allowed to be a businessman, salesman, or entrepreneur, etc., and be president. Get that through your head. Tripled his personal wealth? No. Forbes pegged his net worth at $4.1 billion pre-inauguration, January 2025, up to $7 billion by September 2025, which is a 70% rise, not triple, driven by Truth Social stock up to 120% post-election, and licensing, not office perks. Blind trusts aren't mandatory, and the U.S. Constitution, as well as federal statutes like the Ethics in Government Act of 1978, require disclosure of assets via OGE Form 278E, but divestment or blind trusts are voluntary norms, not requirements. Every U.S. president since Carter has used them to avoid even the appearance of conflict. Trump followed the letter. He stepped back from day-to-day Trump Organization management in January 2017 and again in 2025, replacing assets in a revocable trust run by his sons per Reuters 2025. No illegal running of his business with limited financial info access. President Trump's wealth growth is not abuse, and there is zero evidence of any corruption, grifting, or evidence of him or his family even using their positions for illegal or dirty personal gains. There is no evidence of such. On Trump's foreign payments to properties, there's no evidence of illegality or corruption in such areas either. Trump's foreign payments to his properties were fully disclosed in financial reports, reviewed by ethics lawyers, and paid by customers for standard services like hotel stays. Zero bribes, no policy changes in exchange for payments, and no violations of the Constitution's emoluments clause ever proven in court. Every president since the beginning of the country really has had business interests, and the Obama family even made millions from book deals and Netflix contracts while he was in office. Calling legal disclosed hotel revenue grifting is a double standard. I repeat, there is zero evidence of President Trump, his family, or his administration of corruption or grifting. No emoluments clause violations. Ballroom and guitar angles? Democrats forced it to not be privately funded. All renovations are good and fitting, and you can view the piece I did on that linked on the ballroom and rose garden, etc. GSA approved renovation, zero FAR breach, and the Qatar 747-8 is a $400 million interim backup for the two VC-24Bs, not luxury or personal gain. And the base thing, it's not another country building a base, it's Qatar paying to park their own jets at Mountain Home in Idaho, right next to where Singapore already trains. No command, no guns aimed at us, just pilots learning F-15s on US simulators like we let 20 others do since the 80s. Trump's turn, they drop $12 billion on Boeing planes. We give them hangar space and a handshake. If that's invasion, then Singapore has been occupying us for 15 years. Dems want isolation. Trump wants allies who buy American and back the U.S. in the Gulf. End of story. It's merely a president leveraging networks for American wins such as job investments and security. Forbes' Dan Alexander released somewhat of a hit piece that cherry-picked crypto hype and licensing deals to claim that Trump's presidency juiced his net worth by $3 billion since 2024, which lands President Trump at $7.3 billion and 118 spots higher on their 400 list. Zoom out and you will realize that it is all the same tired distortion, ignoring the full picture. I like Forbes, so I'm not throwing them heat here. Usually they're very reputable, but World Liberty Financial, or the WLF, it's his son's venture, not Trump's, and the family's cut was from sales to opaque buyers like Justin Sun, cleared by OGE ethics reviews with zero quid pro quo. No U.S. president has profited immensely besides Trump? No, that's false. That's one I get a lot, and it is a factually incorrect claim. Tell that to the Kennedys' hotel windfalls, the Clintons' speaking fees spiking to $140 million post-White House per Forbes 2015. Trump's filings show zero new foreign emoluments tied to policy per OGE 2025. His crypto, all gains and such are legal, not grift. Grifting implies $Trump is a scheme to hype and dump for quick profit, which isn't proven without evidence like insider selling or misleading marketing. If the coin's transparent, community-backed, and it is not manipulated by Trump or his team for personal gain, it is not grifting, it's just speculative. Gains, they were down 20% since that Forbes hit piece I was talking about was released, and he rolled back regs for all Americans, not just his wall, boosting blockchain jobs by 50,000 per BLS 2025. Trump paid off $140 million in Wall Street debt, and he saves us trillions. While Democrats abused U.S. taxpayers of trillions, Trump thousands back to the average U.S. household yearly. He is the America First president who helps the lowest of us. Those articles and videos I did are linked. The left loves flipping the script and accusing President Trump and Republicans of being the greedy 1% rich elite billionaires / oligarchs / globalist party. But that actually describes Democrats who sold us out and put us last every chance given, it seems, selling out American workers for billionaire cronies. All they did was sell us out and put us last, shipping countless jobs to our overseas adversaries, ruining our independence, ruining trade, etc. The data points to Democrats as the true party of coastal plutocrats, ranking in mega donor cash while pushing policies that prioritize globalist agendas over everyday Americans. Start with the wealth gap in their own rank. Democrats held 7 of the top richest members of Congress at the time this was created, with Representative Nancy Pelosi clocking a net worth of over $120 million from savvy investments. Then you have Senator Mark Warner topping Democratic senators at $215 million in assets per Business Insider's 2025 breakdown. Representative April McClain Delaney leading House Dems at $153 million from family tech stakes. Quiver Quantitative's live tracker as of December 2025 shows the median Democratic lawmaker's net worth at $8.2 million, double that of Republicans' average $4.1 million, which is fueled by Wall Street ties and insider trading that Ballotpedia's 2025 analysis flags as 65% more frequent amongst Dems, like Pelosi's suspiciously timed tech buys netting $20 million in 2024 alone. The Week's October 2025 report reveals that older tech titans like George Soros and Michael Bloomberg dwarf GOP hauls. Open Secrets' 2025 donor list tops with LinkedIn's Reid Hoffman dumping $90 million into liberal committees, while Guardian's March 2025 piece notes Dems' reliance on nameless dark money groups. Democrats like Tammany Hall bought votes with booze and jobs. Many like her sway and meddle. That piece I did is linked. FDR stacked the Supreme Court with cronies to rubber stamp his new deal grabs. LBJ blackmailed congressmen into passing guns and butter pork. Nixon's Watergate looks cute next to Clinton's pardon for cash empire. Mark Rich's wife donated big and walked free. Obama's IRS straight up targeted Tea Party groups and leaked donor lists to harass patriots. They even admitted so and were fined. Hunter's Burisma boards, a laptop full of deals with China, Ukraine, and Kazakhstan. Millions wired while Joe ran foreign policies, no taxes paid, and the DOJ ignored it. Pelosi flips Nvidia stock right after classified briefings spike 63% returns. Nancy's net worth ballooned $300 million. Schumer pockets crypto donations and then kills mining bills. Letitia James sues Big Oil while taking solar lobby cash. And Newsom's wife films Hollywood docs on climate, which are funded by green subsidies she votes for. Don't even get me started on Bernie Sanders preaching about the lowest of us. Even AOC's Met Gala dress mocked capitalism while she votes subsidies for billionaires. President Trump's clean. He's donated all foreign profits back, and even all of his profits earned for his position. Anybody saying that his net worth declines were largely due to business-related factors and not market conditions rather than being from direct personal sacrifices in the traditional sense, at large are just wrong, and they are merely spinning it to downplay President Trump's real hits as mere market whims. Such ignores audited drags that forced a $1.1 billion net loss in Term 1 alone, like business sabotage from boycotts, endless probes, and global shutdowns that no president dodges. Crypto dinner? It was a May 2025 event at Trump's Virginia Golf Club for top holders of his $ Trump meme coin, inviting about 200 investors to discuss U.S. crypto policy. No taxpayer funds were used, and attendees covered their own costs. It all aligned with his push to make America the crypto capital via executive orders easing regs. Ethics complaints from Dems like Representative Caston called for DOJ probes, but OGE cleared it as non-official. No gifts, no quid pro quo, just networking. CREW or Crew flagged that some invitees alt-right linked tokens, but that's on them and not on President Trump. The dinner yielded $500 million in pledged U.S. blockchain investments, according to a White House fact sheet from June 2025. Zero blackmailing of attorneys, zero extortion, just voluntary pro bono deals. Now, 9 big law firms like Kirkland and Ellis agreed in April to May of 2025 to provide $1 billion in free legal services to Trump's administration and allies in exchange for dropping threatened DEI audits and investigations. Firms called it good corporate citizenship, not coercion. Free speech for people demanded probes, but the DOJ found no criminality. It's leverage, sure, but legal under lobbying rules. Biden's administration did similarly with pharma firms for drug pricing, per Politico 2023. The IRS tax stuff, you people are just lying all over about. He did win. He sued the IRS after it illegally leaked his tax returns to the media. That's a clear win against the IRS. It's not illegal, and it's not a sweetheart deal. Settling lawsuits with the IRS happens every single day. Trump dropped a $10 billion lawsuit in exchange for ending the endless audits on him and his sons. That's a standard negotiation, not some corrupt immunity. Presidents and wealthy people settle tax disputes with the IRS all the time. The left is only mad because it's Trump getting a clean slate. Nothing illegal about it, for a reason. It's merely common sense. They dug unfairly, now they have to apologize. He didn't even have to give them to begin with. Yet when looked into, all paid, no suspicious nonsense at all. Now they get punished. Typical leftist weaponization. A federal judge ruled that the IRS broke the law by disclosing his confidential tax information without authorization. That's a clear win against the IRS. The IRS was forced to admit wrongdoing, and Trump was vindicated in court. The narrative that he lost is just completely false. Trump released 10 years worth of tax returns back in 2022. Every page audited and public. He paid millions. The rest locked up tighter than Biden's classified docs because the IRS audits sitting presidents. No scandal, just politics. Trump's family sells hats, Bibles, and watches just like every politician since Reagan's jelly beans. It's capitalism, not corruption. He launched $Trump and World Liberty Financial, which is pro-innovation, not insider trading. His sons run a trust. Foreign profits go to the Treasury, unlike Biden ever. $Trump is a meme coin thriving on hype and Trump's brand. It's not illegal. If transparent, community-driven, and not a pump and dump, again, it's just a risky, yet legit crypto play. No hard proof of any corruption without clear evidence of insider scams or illegal profiteering. There's nothing wrong with being a businessman, salesman, entrepreneur, and running Bitcoin, as well as being a U.S. president. Repeat that. I have now proven that he has given and lost more than he got overall, but let's keep going. Trump even poured $200 million plus of his own into the White House upgrades from his pocket and donors like Coinbase/Apple. He gave billions via his organizations to vets, disasters, and small business. Real net sacrifice, not steal. Rose Garden changes, $1.9 million stone revamp, 100% private trust for the National Garden Fund's no taxpayer dime. Conservatives move, not grift. The statement that Joe Biden profited not a single cent from his presidency overlooks his $400,000 annual salary and pension. But more critically, it's misleading, and evidence from House oversight investigations showing the Biden family received over $20 million from foreign entities like Ukraine, China, and Romania during his vice presidency and presidential terms. Bank records, witness testimony, and emails include Joe's awareness and participation in some business meetings. While no direct kickbacks to Joe are proven, such a pattern suggests influence peddling benefited his family, at least some, contrasting public service claims. This is success, not scandal on Trump's part. Believe otherwise on anything, reach out with your data sources or whatever. I mean, look, leftists love to act like Joe Biden's hands are clean, while in reality his family swims in foreign cash. House oversight dropped the hammer with bank records showing over $20 million in shady deals flowing to Hunter and Ken during Joe's VP days, straight from Ukraine's Burisma gigs where he bragged about firing the prosecutor hunting their corruption. The left's myth/lie that Trump stole billions from Americans in his first 100 days, or ever for that matter, is an incorrect lie factually. It's partisan fiction cooked up by Galloway in a viral clip twisting family deals and crypto hype into some grand theft hoax when there was no actual theft, no grift, no corruption, no steal, and no embezzlement. Just envy-fueled spin from morons who can't believe we're actually doing well and are succeeding. Our markets, our economy, and more are booming. It was literally destroyed such. I did pieces on that you can view linked. All of President Trump's earnings, as well as his family's, have been legal and just, and that $93 billion spin down wasn't Trump personally ordering surf and turf for the boys. It's standard Pentagon playbook. Every fiscal year end, agencies dump cash because if they don't, Congress slashes their next budget. It happens literally every September. Lobster tails, part of bulk food contracts for bases, ships, and events. It's not some VIP buffet. Same with the steaks, piano, and crab. It's wasteful optics, sure, but not corruption, nor is it ridiculous. It's just bureaucratic inertia. Dems scream waste while quietly doing the same thing, yet far worse things when they are in charge. Tons of needless rich spending, hundreds and hundreds of billions/trillions abused from us. Far worse than our officials and servicemen maybe eating steak instead of fast food or MRA quality. Pete Hegseth is merely the guy who got caught in the spotlight because the left just has to nitpick and complain about every single breath and movement anyone in Trump's administration does, especially him. The $800 billion defense budget, most of it goes to contractors who overcharge for toilet seats. Lobster and such as peanuts. The U.S. government is reportedly set to receive approximately $10 billion in fees from the group of investors that took control of TikTok's U.S. operations, not Donald Trump personally. President Trump was the first president to audit for fraud, so no, he nor his family/administration are guilty of defrauding either. That's all Democrats. All fraud angles regarding President Trump are fully debunked. The article and video I did is linked. No proven corruption or cheating of taxpayers at all. Trump's businesses are legitimate revenue-generating companies that charge market rates for hotels, golf courses, and licensing deals, the same as any other business. His family runs the company, and foreign payments were disclosed. In his first term, the Trump Organization voluntarily donated profits from foreign government patrons to the U.S. Treasury. Critics scream grifting, but no court has ever found such illegal activity tied to his presidency. It's standard attacks on a successful businessman, he is factually highly successful, who refuses to pretend that he's poor. I did a whole other corruption piece that you can view linked. Zero treason, zero sedition, that's all Dems. You can find that piece I did linked as well. All Israel angles are debunked. He's not competent compromised nor owned by them or Netanyahu or Putin. Those pieces are linked. Chris Murphy's 500 Days of Corruption speech is just a greatest hits list of partisan allegations and conspiracy theories, most of them recycled attacks, unproven claims, or normal political dealings twisted into corruption. This speech contains no actual criminal convictions or smoking gun evidence whatsoever. It's the same Democrat playbook. Throw as many accusations and baseless labels as possible and hope something sticks. Trump's businesses were disclosed and no court has found any illegal self-doing. This is political theater, not proof of corruption. That's the end of this article. I'm about to go through all of my articles and pieces and videos that I've done already so far and just completely revamp every single one of them. I'm going to be reposting them. I'm going to take all the part 2s and 3s and just make them all one big video like this one. Till next time.